Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It feels like I haven't done a voiceover or a video for that matter in a very long time, but we have 5 days of recording I'm sharing with you today. We are building up the pergola. We're doing the roof, we're doing a little side bit, we're painting it, we're making it all really cozy, really nice, and then the next step forward will be trying to decorate it on the inside, get a heater in there, and we've got a heater, just gotta get it on the wall. But anyway, so we are using these, I can't remember what they're called, let me double check. 3.6 metre sawn softwood beams that we are going to be using to put across the top of the pergola. And I also get a little bit creative with anything that's left over because just can't help myself. Once I'm on a roll, look at it, it's just like a bare shell. It's like a skeleton. There is no beam going down the centre, and we're going to make some changes. So we are putting a second beam up. I say second, it's not really, is it? Because it's got 2 beams that are holding it up on the frame, and we are putting a third, which is right there at that little pole there. We're putting another one in there, and we're just making it a bit more secure. But how has everyone got through these 2 weeks? Tell me. The reason I say that in such a tone is because I feel like my boys have had some kind of plan at the very beginning to be like, there's a bet on here. Which one of us can make mum crack the first? Like, whoever wins this bet's going to win something flipping almighty more than just a packet of Haribos, I tell you, because they have pushed me. I've gone through emotions I've never thought I'd feel. I've gone up and I've gone down to absolute core, rock bottom, into the absolute depths of the earth where it's bubbling like a volcano. And I've just been splurted back out. Oh my goodness me, it has been just hell on earth, to the point I was like, do you know what? I can't ever go out with my kids again. I can never go out with them again. They're feral. I'm going to have to stop a second for my voiceover because my notification for the security cameras are constantly going off, and it's just going to ruin your viewing pleasure. Okay, and I'm back. Hopefully that has done the trick. So I'm going through these rapidly, and I do make mistakes along the way. It's standard. This is the worst build I've ever taken on. This is the worst DIY. The painting, everything about it was just awful. Like, I start putting these beams up like that. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna look so nice. I'm showing Nick how I want it. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, you get on with it, Gabs. And I'm just happy. I'm happy as flipping Larry right now. Can you believe it? Another notification has just come up. So the mistake that I make is happening right now. I'm like, yeah, go on then, pass me another one. We'll screw these bad boys in. We'll get them all lined up. And yeah, it'll be done before we know it. No, you fool of a took. Do you know why? Because I screw them all down. And then I'm like, hang on a minute. How am I going to paint them when they're all up there? It was awful. So note to anyone who wants to do this, make sure you paint before you put them up, because otherwise you're going to have an absolute hell of a job. It was so time consuming, and watching it back I'm like, oh Gabby, what are you doing? Why didn't you realise? Why didn't you think this through? But I was just so eager to get it up. I didn't think. I just thought, get up and paint. But it definitely didn't work. You definitely can't do it that way. The best way to do it is to keep your beams down, your 3.6 metres, and paint them and then put them up. And make sure you paint the frame before you put anything onto it as well, because that would help. So on day 1, all I managed to do was get them all up, screw some down. Oh, here we go. Concentration going on there. Very serious about my DIY. I was very serious. I wanted it to be just right, because when I've got an idea in my head, I want it to be how I want it to be. So I'm determined at this point. I'm like, yes, I've got my little divider. So what I'm doing is I'm doing one, and then the side of another beam goes in between the slots so that you just get that small gap in between. And it was working a dream. And I was like, Christ, I'm going to have this done in like an hour. I'd be like, this is so good. But no, here's my little divider, separating them up. Electric screwdriver, always best. So time consuming if you don't have a electric screw. You'll be there all day and your wrists will hurt really bad. But the reason I'm using a glove on my hand is because I tried to drill into the concrete to put the beam up, and I burnt the palm of my hand. I've got this big blister, skin bubbled up blister, and it's really sore, like really bubbly. It's not now, it's a crustacean. It's rock hard, and it's got a weird feeling when you touch it. It's like a numbing feeling. Like you can feel it on your finger, you can feel the crustiness of it, but you can't feel it on the palm of your hand. It's very, very strange. Anyway, I'm feeling quite chuffed. I'm like, look at me go, look at it. I'm very happy. It's not very sunny today, but I'm just like, you wait when the summer comes and it's beaming through those beams, and you're in there all relaxing, thinking like, this is the life. This is the life. But I soon have to take it all down because, as I've said, the painting was absolutely ridiculous. I felt like everything was against me, because not only did I have feral children drive me absolutely up the wall, sometimes they came and helped, you know, they were helpful, I have to say, but at the same time, they just kept getting bad weather, like really strong winds or misty rain coming over, and I'm like, this is not what I need when I'm trying to paint. Also, those beams, if they are lifted and they're wet, they can split very easily. So yeah, you got to get them up there where they're nice and dry. You don't want any wet ones. So day 2, sun's coming up, the wind is kicking up, and today is the day that I want to be like, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this green fence here in the court. I hate this green fence. Hate it. I thought I could just pull it out. I was like, I can just pull it out. I just unpull this little thing here with the hammer, because nothing else was getting the screw out. So I yanked it out, and then it was all good. But it wasn't. It was actually welded right into that fence. So Jensen wanted to saw it off. So I was like, okay, you go for it. Watch your hands and this, that and the other. And we managed to get it off by just sawing it off and dispose of it that way. It's really heavy as well, that green fence. You wouldn't believe it to look at it. You'd be like, no, it's not. It's only light. But no, really, really heavy. Another thing I was going to mention is my car did pass its MOT the second time I took it down. I was well chuffed. Nick sorted out the steering racks. It failed on the steering rack, and the front headlights were too low, and the rear fog light was not on at all. But yeah, he sorted it all literally that evening when I came back from the MOT. But it was just a waiting time. You know, when you book it in and you're like, it fails, which is gut wrenching. Just like, oh, it honestly, it feels, every time I've gone for an MOT, it feels like my test day, like that gut wrenching feeling, like, please, because I can't function without a car. I can't. I'm one of these people that if I go to a car park, I need to park near the closest to the door that I can get, because what's the point in going in your car if I've got to walk a mile around a car park just to get to the shops? What's the point? I just can't do it. And like, same as supermarkets. I'm not going to park all the way on the far corner just because it's quiet. No, I want to get as close to that door as I can. Save my little legs. Save them. But it passed. It was all good. And I was absolutely over the moon, because otherwise, what the hell would I have done with the kids? Well, we had like nearly a week with no car. Was it a week? It might have been longer. Yeah, with no car. I was going out my head. Oh, Jesus, I was going out my head. I kept taking them to like things around, local stuff, you know, but we did spend a lot of time out in the garden doing stuff, DIY. Jensen loves a bit of DIY. He's built, all by himself, he has built a guinea pig run for them to run in, and he's built it the exact same way I built their house inside the house, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's so good. He's really, really clever. And he's also built himself, out of all the leftover wood from the summer house and the pergola, he's built himself his own little den between the shrubs. I'll have to show you at some point, because it's absolutely fantastic. And he's been so happy out there doing it. Loving it. My left hand has got worse and worse and worse, to the point where I've now bought some arthritis gloves, because I genuinely can't take the pain. I can't even pick up an empty cup with that. Once the evening kicks in, that's it. That's it. It's like, it shuts down. It's like, nope. I'm now a limp biscuit. I'm not doing it. If you want a cup of tea, you can use the other hand. And the other hand's like, I've got to do all the work, because the left hand's given up, like it's signed off for the evening. And it hurts. Oh, people, it hurts. Oh, you won't believe what I found down here. If you don't like frogs, toads, look away. Look away. My heart was literally coming out of my mouth. I was like, oh my God, look what I found. I mean, some people might find that cute. Sam, I had to go and get my eldest. and say, can you deal with, I found a frog, can you come and deal with him? And he's like, yeah, I'll pick him up, I just put some gloves on. Look at him, he's well happy about it. I'm like, no, take it away. It's because they jump. And I don't like things that are irrational like that just suddenly pounce. And he was, no. So he hopped on down the bottom of the garden. As long as he was out of the way and he was safe and unharmed, it was all good. And then I carried on, but all I could think about was, what if he's got relatives in here? What if there's more? That's all I kept thinking. Like, I was picking up everything as if it had a spider attached to it. It was just awful. And then I thought to myself when I went back round, oh my God, I was walking around here when he was there. He could have hopped onto my foot. I would have screamed. I would have genuinely screamed. I probably would have passed out and just been there cooking on the barbecue if the barbecue was lit, because they just gross me out. They really, really do. So what I'm doing here is the exact same as what I'm doing on the roof. So you see I've got one of these beams, bit like a cut off, in my hand. And I was using that as the divider so that every section was equally divided and it doesn't look odd. And there's no point in measuring, and you haven't got to get the measuring tape out and be like, is that like a certain measurement in between? Wasting your life reading numbers. Who does that these days? No, do it the easy way. So this is the paint I've gone for. And at first I was like, oh no, it's too red. I don't like it. It looks like the fence, and I don't like that reddy colour on the fence. I don't like it. I wanted chocolate brown. But once you've done the second coat and it's dried, it looks very nice. Oh, I can't wait for you to see the end. The difference. So today is the day that I've realised, day 3, oh my, I've screwed all of those on. I mean, I haven't got all the way to the ends, thank God. But I thought, it's okay. I'll just unscrew some, enough to get my head through, and I'll paint. I've put carrier bags over the security cameras and the little sensor thing, and all will be well. But no, it was awful. It was so time consuming going up and down the ladder, trying to see in all the little pieces. I thought, you know what, I can't be doing with this. That's what it looks like when it's dry on a not so sunny day. But it looks quite nice. Yes, it does. I thought, sod this, I'm taking them all down. I can't take it anymore. And here is another mistake that I make, is I paint one at a time. Now, you should never do this. You should never just paint one at a time, because I'm telling you now, you'd be there all month. I had to paint, how many was it in total? I think it was like 45 of these little bird boys I was painting. And at first I was doing one at a time, and that is not the way to do it. I ended up having like 2 at a time, and then it gets to 4 at a time. And then in the end I was like, do you know what's this? I lined up 6, lined them up all straight, so it's like a painting a wall, and then just get them all up. But it was, the time difference. But it's so much work. It's worth it, because the end result is absolutely brilliant. And I will still say, this is the worst DIY project I've ever taken on. I can't imagine anything being worse than this, because oh my god, sorry. Chase is sitting next to me and he's farted and it absolutely reeks. He's eaten lamb from our lamb roast, and all the leftover lamb we gave to the animals, and the farts that are coming out of that dog, it's just, I mean, you could send that off to a lab for some kind of testing, and it'll probably, oh my god, like cure something. Like, is that toxic? Or if not cure something, it'll be used in some kind of weaponry, because that is diabolical what's coming out there. He ate a Scotch egg the other day. He grabbed a Scotch egg and went running off with this Scotch egg. And all I could think of in my head was, oh God, no, he's going to have really eggy farts. But nothing is topping the smell that is coming from him eating that lamb. Good grief. Anyway, day 4. And there's a little bit more sense here. I've got it's a whole setup. And it's a little rhythm that I have going. And it can't be interrupted. I put these DIY sheets over the chair, and I will paint one side, turn it onto its side, because you have to do all 4 sides. And I will say I only painted twice, the top and bottom. I didn't do the sides twice, because I thought, who's going to notice? Who's going to see? Is anyone going to look up and say, oh look, the side of your beams weren't posted. Well, weren't painted. And I'd just be like, well, do you know what? Why are you looking that close? I mean, you just don't need to, do you? And it's not like they're going to have weather problems, because my plan is to get to a garden centre, rapid speed, and get something to grow up it. I'm thinking vines. I'm thinking there's a beautiful purple plant that grows up houses, and I can't think what it's called for the life of me, but I like the idea of that. Or roses that grow, you know. Yes, did you hear that squeaky door? I need to get some WD-40. So here is where I've got a little bit of sense. I mean, late is better than never, as they say. And I started doing 2. Mind you, I'm still doing it wrong, because you're supposed to push them together like a wall, and then you're supposed to paint. Otherwise, it's even more. Look at the state of my hands. I look like I've been rummaging in some rhino's backside. But I'm sliding them up there, getting them up there. Look. It was really satisfying just to launch them up there and be like, oh, I'm really screwing you down in a minute. And you're going to make my roof. And I will have a nice roof. The sun's going to just come through the beams and give it that nice feel. Yes, I'm going to have gold lights going on in there. Not in this video. Just putting that out there. Not in this video. And that motorbike's not always there. There is a motorbike little shed down the bottom of the garden. But it's only there because Nick had his bike ride. And he came back and just sort of left it there because he was going out again. But this absolute satisfaction of screwing those down when it's all done was bliss. It was absolute bliss, because I felt like every bit was just one step. I mean, obviously it is one step closer. But when you actually see it coming together, oh, I can't wait to get the lighting in here. I want to go to Home Bargains. Can anyone suggest anywhere that has really good outdoor garden decorations going on at the moment, like garden rugs, you know, lights? I always go to Home Bargains for like lighting and stuff, but I haven't been to Home Bargains since last year. Yeah, I think it was last year. Yeah, day 5. This is where the magic happens, baby. This is where it all comes together. I was on a roll. I don't know what happened, but I woke up in the morning and I thought, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it today. I'm finishing it. Even though I was only halfway on the top and it's taken me 4 days so far just to do that, I thought, you know what? No, today's the day and I'm getting it done. And I was on an absolute mission. I am doing 2 at a time here because I want to show you a little close-up of it getting done. But I do go on to 4 and then I go on to 6 because I just can't take any more. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better day for it, really. Maybe that was what it was. It was the perfect weather. I just came out and thought, yes, today's the day, Gabby. Today's the day. So I'm slapping on that paint and it was drying really, really quickly because it was out in the hot sunshine. I was absolutely boiling. I ended up taking my pink jumper thing off and just having my black top underneath because I was sweating out here. My garden is like a sun trap. It literally just hits the house and then beams back into the garden like double whammy. It's crazy. But doing the sides was the worst bit of it all. Look at all the beams I've got to do. And I had it in my head, I was going to do the entire thing this day. And I blimmin' well do it. Yes, I do. And I create more work for myself in the process. So you can see one painted with one coat and the one on top here is double painted. There is a difference. It really does make a difference. I mean, Nick was like, yeah, but, you know, if you're going to get vines and stuff to grow over it and all your lights and everything, you may as well do one coat. But I just couldn't because I'd started doing doubles. I couldn't. It would really play on my mind that it wouldn't be correct. It's just like, that's not the right way. I need to do it properly. But, you know, apart from doing this, we have taken the kids out in the little, you know, term break. We've done Michelin Priory, we've done Lewis Castle, we've done New Haven Fort, we've done local stuff, we've done egg hunts galore, we've gone late night egg hunts, we've done ghost hunts. So a lot's been happening, and it has been quite a productive week, the 2 weeks, but you can imagine what my house is like, can't you? It's a tip. It's awful. My throat's really dry. I need to stop for a sec. I don't know why I explain myself as if you're actually in the room. Like, I could just cut it and then clear my throat and then just say, you know, Karen speaking. But no, my throat keeps going really dry. And look at the process. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. But there's beams in the middle here that sort of slant towards each other. Even though I've divided them correctly. I do go in and just like lean over and like put a screw between the two, or I screw it into the wood below and straighten them out. But what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know why I keep losing my voice after a while. I really don't know why it's happening, but it's driving me insane. I'm hoping that I'm not going to be coming down with a cough or something. Something will be lurking. Like, I'll be so excited, like, yes, they're back at school. I can crack on. I can get the house back to a decent standard. Here we go with the 4. Yes, line them all up together. Oh my gosh, I was like, why didn't I think of this sooner? I would have had this done way quicker. But anyway, better late than never. And I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my house. So where we've been either out for days out or in the garden doing this, my house is a mess. So you can imagine the cleaning videos that are coming your way. They are coming. And be warned, be prepared, because it's an absolute bomb site. It looks like, let me just look around. Do you know, it looks like we've just moved in. That's what it looks like. It looks like we've just moved in and we've unpacked everything, but not quite everything. And there's just bags of laundry and clothes that need putting away and kids' Easter egg boxes dotted about all over the place where the kids have eaten their eggs and then just left the rubbish just wherever it is they're trying to leave it, you know? That's what it looks like. But Jensen's been an absolute trooper here because he built a lot of this fencing here himself. He was just like, oh, you can put those beams up and I'll do it. It's fine. And I was like, you sure? And he was like, yeah, it's fine. Helped him a couple of times. But he's an absolute legend when it comes to DIY, honestly. He knows what he's doing. And he cracks on without any complaints. I say to him, should we stop and have a bit of lunch, a bit of sandwich? No, I want to continue it. I'm like, all right. You've got more get-go than I have, and I'm pretty feisty with it myself, but I'm reaching the end. Look, you can see me getting to the end. It feels so good. Feels so good. And I do have, which I got from Home Bargains. I can't remember how much it was. It was like $14.99 about a year or two ago when Jensen originally wanted a jungle room. And I brought him some fake foliage thing, you know. I can't remember what they're called, but you'll see it in a minute. And we were going to do like a seating area at the bottom of the garden. So I originally put it on there because I couldn't get it on his wall in his room. Well, it's hidden by the summer house now, isn't it? Yes. So I was like, I'm going to go and unplug it from the fence and I'm going to put it up here. So we've got our own little hideaway. Yeah. I did not enjoy painting this bit, but I was doing it really as quick as I could because I wanted to get it all finished before I had my lamb roast. And it was like 5 minutes and I'm like, oh, quick, because I want to eat my potatoes. There it is, look. Do you know what he forgot though? He forgot stuffing. You can't have a roast dinner without stuffing. Well, you can, but it ain't the same. You've got to have stuffing. Like, oh, it's just the best. I will make sure I have enough stuffing. Actually, I have more than enough stuffing. I have stuffing that fits half my plate. And then every single thing that I eat on that plate goes with stuffing. Would you rather have a roast dinner with no stuffing, but you get gravy, or have a roast dinner with no gravy and you get stuffing? I know what I'd choose. Stuffing. Every time. Oh, it's the best. It really does give me bad wind, but I don't care. I always say to people when I have it, you wait. You wait till tomorrow, boys. Woo, you're going to suffer. Yes. Look, how perfect is that? Like, it just fits so nicely. Jensen's being nosy, you know, chatting away to the neighbours. Look at him, head over the fence. I'm just there, doing my thing. I had to nail this in. You couldn't screw it in, so I just whacked a few nails in, smacked it on in there, and it held up nicely. Yes, I'm going to put lights on that. Oh, I can't wait. So we've got a heater to put on the wall, but we haven't got around to doing that just yet. We will do, but it isn't up just yet. And it'll be really nice because you'll be able to sit under there, even in the winter, and have the heat pumping at you. Oh, I love that. You know when you go to a pub and you sit outside in the evening and they've got those stand up, they're like lamps, heat up lamps, and you just sit there and you can feel the heat pumping out of it. You're just like, oh, just stay here. Stay here. I want to get throws and cushions and all sorts out here. It's just going to be like a really cozy little corner of the garden. Just this little pocket where you can just sit in there and just relax and just feel, yeah. It's night time now. And I wanted to put my little lantern up that my friend got me. She got it for my birthday. I think it was last year. And I flipping love it. And I wanted to originally hang it underneath in the middle. But then I thought, no, because the sun needs to, it's solar panelled, so I need the sun to get to it. So I just hang it in the corner there and it will light up quite sweetly. Look. At night, it makes a big pattern all over the patio floor. It's gorgeous. Anyway, with all of it being built and all of it being painted, I thought, well, I'm going to give it a quick tidy, put all the stuff back, make it look all nice, and then I'm going to show you the top view and around the side and just show you how cute it's all come out, because I'm just so chuffed with it. Like, it was really hard work, I'm not gonna lie. This tested me, and you know I love DIY, you know I just literally crack on and if I've got an idea I'll do it, and yeah, I have done that. But this was the one out of all the ones I've ever done that made me think, why? I genuinely don't know if I can complete this. It was just the thought of even starting it on the next day was just awful. And I just have times where it's like, I can't, no. And when it said like rain's coming, I'd use it as my excuse. No. Rain's due in 2 hours. Can't go out there. Can't do it. But look at it now. Look. Do you remember the days when there used to be Nick's motorbike parked here and that was it? There was nothing. And look at it now. Look how neat that is. That's my hard labour. Oh, Gabby, you've pulled it right out of the bag. I just love looking at it. That green fence is going to go that I've got pressed up there. That is going. But, you know, we don't care about that. We don't care about the pergola. Look at that. Don't you want to sit in there? I'll play some nice music that you get in massage therapy places. Just play that out there. Yes. Sun coming through. Cup of tea on the go. Jam scones. Hell yes. Love it. I'm over the moon and I'm really, really happy. I'm sorry I've not been on for a long time, but I have got loads coming for you. Thank you all for being here, and yeah, go get DIYing. Love you all, and I'll see you all soon.